Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101, and I know that some of you is actually grooving off that little cowboy tune I played. I know you was grooving. I know you was. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go over an old time favorite. Now, I grew up in the era of was it Nintendo, somewhat of Atari, and also Sega Genesis. Okay, so Nintendo has been out for absolutely ever. Nintendo, a lot of you, as soon as I said Nintendo, you guys were thinking Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, and 4. I forgot all the numbers, but nonetheless, you guys are thinking about Zelda. You guys are thinking about everything when it comes to Nintendo, especially if you want them old school people back in the mid 80s, early 90s time frame. So you guys are very, very familiar with Nintendo. Now, Nintendo, believe it or not, they've been doing actually some good things in the investment space for quite some time now. But they haven't been getting too much recognition. Okay, they haven't been getting too much recognition because other people have just been doing, pretty much better than them. But they are a company that's absolutely operating out of profit. Okay, they are operating out of profit. And as an update, really quickly, Amwell, I was looking for the IPO. It has not released yet. Okay, American Well, that telehealth company I was telling you guys about, it has not released yet. All right, so good morning, Jermaine Anderson. Good morning, Miss B. Let me see. Okay, let me read some of your notes before I get started here. Let me read some of your notes. Okay, Ms. B says, I love your channel. I teach financial literacy to middle schoolers, and they always ask about stocks. Okay, well, that's good, Ms. B. That's very commendable. Let me tell you, that is where it starts. I wish I would have had a Miss B in my classroom, whether it be middle school, high school, or college, because I went through all that education, and I absolutely didn't learn nothing about money until I had to take hold of my own destiny and future when it comes to money. Jermaine Anderson says, funny you're doing Nintendo. I was just about to read Bloomberg talking about Nintendo making another system. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna get into that other system, but I'm gonna talk about some of the things they did to boost their stock as of late. They made, I think it came out this year. I'm not quite sure, but we're gonna get into that, okay? So I'm gonna take you guys over to Robinhood, and we're gonna do a stock breakdown really quickly. So right now, let's go to the time chart, the timeline. The 5 years, Nintendo has been up 200%. Over the course of 1 year, they've been up roughly 49%. The course of 3 months, 25%. 1 month, 17%. 1 week, almost 2.25. And then today, 0.11%. But either way, Nintendo is doing primarily well, okay? Primarily well. As you can tell right here, the analysts are saying 70% buy, and I'll just let the cat out the bag, 30% hold. No one is saying sell Nintendo. They're doing fairly well. Now, for some of you millennials and some of you Generation Y, Generation Z, if you don't know about Nintendo, and if you're looking to invest, let's learn about Nintendo with the small snippet that they actually have here. It says Nintendo engages in the development, manufacture, and sale of home entertainment products. Now, some of you are familiar with Xbox and also PlayStation. I have a PlayStation myself, so kind of in the same arena. Its entertainment products include portable and console game machines and software, trump card, and these are Japanese. Some of these are Japanese words that I cannot pronounce, FYI. It says Japanese style playing cards, multinational consumer electronics, home console hardware such as Nintendo Wii, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS, and others, and like Nintendo Switch, as well as software for handheld and home console gaming machine. The company was founded by that guy on September 23rd, 1889. I want you to think about this. That's how old Nintendo is. Nintendo, the company itself, was founded in the late 1800s, not the early 1900s, not the early 2000s. We're talking about the late 1800s. They was on it. And it's headquartered in Kyoto, Japan. Nintendo is listed on the pink current market tier, OTC market, that is provided by OTC. Okay. That's not really that pertinent right now. They have over 6,200 employees, and that's the CEO, Tatsumi Kamusa. Don't judge me, please. Now, I don't know why Robinhood don't have their dividends on here, ladies and gentlemen, but Nintendo does have dividends. A lot of stocks, a lot of organizations, companies, businesses who have been around for a very long time, most of them, not all, have dividends. And I'm quite sure Nintendo have dividends, but we're going to check that out, okay? All right, collections or related topics. They're part of the 100 most popular stocks, talking about hardware, and of course, their country, Japan. This is a driving force, okay? We're talking about headline news, according to Reuters. Nintendo online subscriptions soared, driven by Animal Crossing, okay? Animal Crossing, and we're going to get into that. And you're going to tell, says Nintendo plans new Switch games, extended console life cycle. And the analyst, again, the buy is 70, the hold is 30, 0% sale. So that's good. I mean, it's only 20 ratings, but nonetheless, all of them are agreeing in some form of buy, okay? Buy. 70%. A medium buy. I would say 80% is kind of where I get into the threshold of a strong buy. Okay. People also bought Sony, Activision Blizzard, Disney, and Nacrocron. So I should have kept my Activision Blizzard. That's another video game maker. Okay. Video game maker. Some of you have probably seen it, depending on what type of games you have bought. I want to say, is the Uncharted brand under Activision Blizzard? I don't know. I'm curious. Let's look at it real quick. Let's look at it. But I just want to look at their 5 years. Okay, they're 181. Okay. But let's look at some of their games. What's some of their games? King Digital, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay. They're not giving me the games they're actually in. But anyway, we're on Nintendo. Let's move along. So, let's look at the 52-week range. 52-week range was $35, $36 to $71. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, I said what? Nintendo is still around 71. They actually updated that from today. Let's go back. And Nintendo, yeah, $71. Now, if you would have bought in early on this year, you would have doubled your money. I mean, you would double your money. So again, I like to use the analogy of, hey, you know, I give you $35. I give you $35, and in a year's time frame, you'll double your money. I'm gonna give you your $35 back plus another $35. That's the way I like to think about it. Very simple, very layman, very, you know, I just like to do things very simple, okay? I don't need to give you no technical terms about doubling your money. You doubled your money. You give me 35, I give you 70 back in a year, okay? Within the year, rather. All right, look at this, ladies and gentlemen. They are a company operating out of debt. Now, granted, you've been around since the late 1800s. You better have some money, and they do. And look at the dividends, almost $1. Now, granted, we've looked at a lot of stocks. We've looked at a lot. And this is one of the first stocks, as you can tell, that you're getting close to $1 with a price tag for their shares under $100. Now, I showed you that QQQ. Let me back up just for some reference and context. Now, you're going to come in with this particular stock, okay, $279, okay? But look at the dividends here. Let's see, the dividends yield, they're giving it to percentage. I hate when they do that. So let me back up. Let me go over here. QQQ dividends. There they are. Okay, let's look at this. All right, their dividends is $1.63. Okay, you see how much you have to actually buy into a share to actually get $1 over dividends? Because a lot of people are like, you know, what's a lot of dividend stocks? Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of dividend stocks are not paying out. Okay, you have to invest big money to get into shares like Triple Q in order to get over $1. Over $1 in dividends. So when we're talking about Nintendo, listen, let me tell you, at $71 a share, 95 cents in dividends is not that bad. Okay, it's not that bad. That's actually pretty good. Okay, because they're not looking for large growth, but they are looking for little increases throughout the years. But they're still growing, but not exponentially. Okay. All right. What else is pertinent here? Why Nintendo stock will continue its run through the holidays. Listen to that. And it's a reason for that. What are they saying about Animal Crossing? Because we're going to get on this new game, this new platform on their gaming consoles at Nintendo, which is actually absolutely helping their stock. Let's see here. Trump camp mocks Joe Biden for campaigning for president of Animal Crossing with virtual yard signs. Oh, okay. I see. Let's look into this. This is interesting, right? Let's look at this. All right. So this is the game Animal Crossing that Nintendo created, and it's absolutely helping their stock share. They're helping, it's increasing their stock value. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I don't have any political stance. I don't belong to any political party. It don't matter which of the three that they are. I don't. But I understand what the Republicans are saying on this one. I mean, this is a game, and you are campaigning through the game, essentially. I wonder how much they paid Nintendo to even use this platform to do this. I mean, you got the kids talking about Biden and Harris. Even video games are getting political. It's getting ridiculous. People are pulling out all, politics are not doing well when they're using kids to politic for them. I'm going to stop there. But let's talk about Animal Crossing. Said Animal Crossing is a social simulation video game series developed and published by Nintendo and created by that gentleman there and Hisashi Nagami. I think that's the extent of how you pronounce it. So this gives you a better visual aid so you can see what I'm talking about here. This is how it looks whenever it pops up. Animal Crossing, New Horizon. This is what is helping Nintendo. And what investors are saying, what venture capitalists are saying, when the holidays hit, especially we have we have Halloween coming, we have Thanksgiving, then Black Friday, and then of course Christmas and all the other holidays that people actually buy gifts, because we understand that when Amazon does Amazon Prime Day, I don't know if they had that yet. You also have Black Friday. They have sales Cyber Monday. You have that. So basically, they are expecting that, a lot of parents are going to totally buy Nintendos, 1, Nintendo Switches, 2, Nintendo DS, 3, and 4, Animal Crossing, which is one of their new games that was just created. And they're kind of calling it a multi-diverse, a multicultural game. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to show you some of the pictures of this game. Now, granted, let me go back because I want to show you this right here. As you can tell here, you have the animals, right? You have the animals in here. Let me blow this up for you guys in case you can't see. All right. You have the animals, bears. This is a bald eagle. That's kind of representing America. Nintendo really know how to play to America. They love that stuff. They know how to play to us. But right here, this guy right here can go for Hispanic or Indian or Indian from India, guys, and also Middle Eastern. Okay, and of course you have what seems to be a Caucasian European redheaded young girl here. And then as you look at this picture, look at this, ladies and gentlemen, and you can tell they have Traquan in here. I'm kidding. They have Traquan here because look at the hair texture. That's a low cut, okay? You also have a Band-Aid over his face. That's just part of the game. But he's definitely dark-skinned with what seems to be African ancestral hair. I would say that. I don't like to use the derogatory term nappy, because we understand that Black people have tight curls, okay? Tight curls. I believe that nappy is a derogatory term. That's just my opinion. But nonetheless, they are they are advertising and marketing to all markets of people. Okay, just look at the characters in these pictures. That's why I believe exactly what the other investors believe, that this stock is going to do well. Now, they probably didn't get on the race thing, okay? We know that in America that everything is kind of toxic with race. But nonetheless, what I'm showing you is the diversity and the multiculturalism, even in the pictures that Nintendo is showing, so they can absolutely broaden their audience of people buying these games, okay? Also, right here, they're showing the Nintendo Switch. They're showing different platforms that the game is actually going to be featured on or is featured on. And right now, not too many people, okay? Not too many people are buying video games, okay? Or buying video games. There are some, you got your gamers out there, but they're not buying a lot of video games simply because, okay? Simply because. I lost my screen here. Give me 1 second. I don't know what's going on. Did I do something? Okay. I lost all of my information, ladies and gentlemen. Bear with me. I don't know what just happened at all. Let's see here. Reload. Let me see if I can reload. Can't do it. Well, I'm going to talk to you guys about JFrog. JFrog is another IPO release that I think you guys can find value in. So give me a second. I had all my notes. I totally canceled out the entire page. I don't even know how I did that. I don't know how I did that. All right. So I'm going to do a quick, this kind of overview of JFrog so you guys can know something about it. And JFrog is a software company out of Israel that their headquarters or a branch of them are actually in Seneca Valley, okay? Just to kind of give you a synopsis before I get into this, okay? Let me see. It's called JFrog. And we're just going to go over some basic stuff here because, again, I lost my information. JFrog envisions an industry where the software update process runs automatically and continuously as if the software was liquid. I want you guys to think about this really quick. I want you to have some intelligent thought really quickly about what the words that JFrog is actually saying. Now, I hate to refer things to Skynet and the Terminator, but listen to this. They didn't really say, what's that word? Not IT or TI. What's that? Artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence. They didn't really say artificial intelligence, but listen to this. JFrog envisions an industry where the software updates process runs automatically and continuously as if the software was liquid. Updates like water run freely, etc. Okay, but let's get into what they actually are used for, okay? It says JFrog Autofactory is a universe development operation solutions providing end-to-end automation. There's a lot of artificial intelligence. Are you reading the symmetry, how everything is intertwined together? Stuff like automation, continuous, automatically, okay? I don't know why they're not just using artificial intelligence, but anyway, I digress. Advantage of binaries and artifacts through the application delivery process that improves productivity across your development ecosystem. It's kind of like they have embedded Lean Six Sigma inside their programming, okay? So you develop artificial intelligence combined with Lean Six Sigma. Okay, we got you. It says, what is JFrog in development office? The outcropping of JFrog's acquisition of Shippable in 2019. JFrog Pipeline is a centralized cloud native, everything is in the cloud, product that can be scaled across thousands of concurrent pipelines. Universal support development workflows across the entire organization and develop orchestrative and visibility at enterprise scale from. So when you have things operating virtually in the cloud, autonomously, automatically, continuously, what is that telling you? And I know I'm kind of leaning one way. I'm kind of persuading you guys to agree with me when I say artificial intelligence, but you guys are smart people, okay? I'm pretty sure at least half of you are agreeing with me when I say that. All right, let's talk about this. It says, is it free? JFrog, the only universal software distribution platform, is completely free to use for open source projects. Completely free to use for open source projects. So a lot of you who are trying to get into computer and software engineering, I'm going to tell you right now, go over to JFrog. Go over to JFrog because it's open source like Google and it's completely free. And you can build your own platforms off of their platforms. And a lot of you who don't have the money, you don't have the currency, you don't have essentially the time to go to school, you can go and dibble and dabble on their website and actually teach yourself. A lot of things, if you learned anything on this channel, you can self-teach yourself. Now, granted, not everybody is cut out for that. Not everybody is cut out for that. So you might need an instructor, but for some of you, you guys know that you can self-teach yourself, okay? You can self-teach yourself. I'm not going to get into how does it work and all that. I'm just going to show you what are they releasing. Now, again, JFrog is an IPO, okay? It's an IPO that will be released pretty soon. So the 3 IPOs, initial public offerings, that I want you guys to be looking out in the next week. And I've been searching, I've been looking for American Well, again, Amwell, the one I told you about a couple of days ago. Amwell, Snowflake, and JFrog, okay? And look at this right here. It says right here, Israeli software company JFrog prices IPO at $44 a share, above proposed price range. Then under that, you have watch these tech IPOs this week. Snowflake, JFrog, Sumo Logic, and Unity. I'm not too big on those. These are the ones who have been making headlines. These are the ones who have been making headways when we were talking about initial public offerings. And ladies and gentlemen, a lot of you who are beginning to invest, you're trying to get your knowledge base up, you're trying to get your research up, you're trying to get all this information. That is why you're on this channel. That's why we're live here. Let me tell you, IPOs is where you make the money. IPOs is where the stock is actually released. The stock is actually released at a particular price point, and then boom, it skyrockets. Boom, it skyrockets, okay? And I'm just gonna bring you over to Robinhood again. Let me build this up really quickly, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry, I lost all my notes. But I'm trying to tell you, this is where the money is. This is where the money is when we're talking about making and earning lots of money. And of course, I'm gonna go to one of my notorious and famous stocks. I'm gonna go over to Neo. You knew it. A lot of you like, he going to Neo. There you go with Neo. I ain't talking about the singer either, not the R&B singer Neo. I'm talking about the company, electric car company Neo out of Chinese. They just started releasing cars in Europe. So now they're in a total different market. Anyway, I digress. Neo. Okay, Neo right now is up. Let me show you this, ladies and gentlemen. Neo right now is up $19. Now, if you was been with me for a while, you see me made $4,000 in about 4 months. $4,000 in 4 months. Now, so for some large investors, that's not a lot of money. But I built this from almost $1,000 to $10,000 on my portfolio, okay? From $1,000 to $10,000, that's pretty good. But nonetheless, Neo is at $19. Stay with me. Here's the shock and awe factor. They released in 2018 at $6 per share. At $6 per share. Now they're at $19 per share. So what I want you to think about is for every $6 you would have made, for every $6 you would have invested in Neo, you would have made $16 on your return. Tell me somewhere else other than high stakes, high risk gambling where your returns are that great. Where your returns are not great. And granted, now, Neo went through some lows and some highs through this because I invested in Neo when it hit. Look at this. What if you invested in Neo at $2 or $1.50? I invested in Neo around $3.50, $4, and I made all the way up. I sold it at 21. And then I think I'm doing bad because, again, the way you make money, ladies and gentlemen, is when you're investing is what? You buy low, you sell high. Okay, yeah, I'm making money right now. Okay, cool. I'm making money right now. It said it cost me around $2,300, and I'm at 24. I only made $98. I'm at 4%, but Neo is almost a quarter of my portfolio. But let me go to my history. Let me see if they got my history on here. I'm just trying to give you some context. Where did I sell at? I sold right here. You see this? $4,100 I sold, and then I just bought some on September 4th. I bought some on August 31st, as well as September 4th. That's why you see like 114 shares. Because what I do, only thing I did was I sold them right before the market, and then I bought them. Because essentially, to be a day trader, when people say I'm a day trader, you need at least $25,000 inside your account. But here's the loophole. Before the market goes live, okay? Before the market goes live at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, you can actually sell your shares in some markets like Neo right before the bell. You can, or 30 minutes before the bell, okay? Because it's still trading in the pre-market, okay? In the pre-market before the live market, then you have the aftermarket after the live market, okay? Because we understand that the market closes at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Then after that, you have that aftermarket. I think it goes on, was it 2 hours? And then the pre-market is an hour before the live market, okay, that the stock market actually opens. But nonetheless, I could be off an hour or two there, so don't quote me, okay? Don't quote me. But the point is, I made really good money off of that, and I sold it at 17. Now is at 19. So again, IPOs, okay, IPOs. Now, this is not a guaranteed you're going to make money. Nothing in investing is guaranteed, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing in investment is guaranteed. But I'm going to tell you this. Down here, if you would have invested $1.50, $1.80, $2, $3, and now it's up to this amount of money. Let's say $3. You would have made $16 off your investment. $16. I think I did the math wrong. See, six, you would have made $13 originally, but if you would have caught it on a correction date or a pullback date or market correction, whatever, you would have made an extra $16 per share. That's big money, because a lot of people, what they'll do is they say, you know what? The future of America, the future of the world are electric vehicles. So what I'm essentially going to do, I'm going to drop 10,000 in Neo, and I'm not going to be emotionally charged. I'm not going to be an emotional investor. Now, a lot of you who are beginning to invest, and a lot of you who are intermediary, a lot of you who are expert and advanced investors, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Do not become an emotional investor. First and foremost, do your research. Second, in your research, learn the company, learn the industry. Don't just willy-nilly like, oh, they have great people investing in them. No. Know the market in which you are investing in. So I can speak to these things because I'll learn a little bit about, one, the company, two, their platform, three, the people working in the company, but most importantly, the way of the future. Is this a company that I'm going to invest in today? Is this a company I'm going to invest in short term, long term, or I'm just going to simply hold this, okay? Because a lot of you, now I'm envious because I sold mine. I think it's BKR. See, BKR. I know it's B. Let me just do this. Okay, now I invested into this particular stock when it was $70, and I'm gonna show you. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to spoil it for myself. Okay, I don't want to spoil it for myself. I invested into Berkshire Hathaway B when it was $70. I put $5,000 inside this stock. I put $5,000 inside this stock when it was $70. And then when COVID hit, it dropped down to 170, and I still didn't invest in it. And it's up. See, let me see. $50. $50. It's out of my price point right now. It's out of my price point. They're not giving any dividends. Now, now this is away from JFrog and also Nintendo, but let me tell you about Berkshire Hathaway. They are a conglomerate. They buy large corporations because Warren Buffett, CEO, founder, whatever. I don't know if he's the founder, but CEO, right? Let me see if he's the CEO. Yeah, Warren Buffett. A lot of people didn't know this, but let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Let me show their collections. They're in automotive, energy, food and drink, different industries, insurance, materials, transportation, construction. And just for another reference point, let me. You see, I'm hurting inside. I'm hurting. I'm not even being dramatical. I'm not. I'm really pissed off that I saw that because I don't want to go to Capital One because I'm gonna be really pissed. Okay, because I bought this when it was it $4 when 2008 2009 recession hit. I bought 300 shares at $4. Let me show you what Capital One is right now. $4 a share. I would have made $70 off of each share, and I sold it because it dropped down to $1. And somebody said, "Hey man, hold on to it, don't sell it." But I was a young investor. Let me cover your ears for a minute because I got something that I need to do to get it off my chest. You stupid mother! You sold these stocks. Okay. All right, I'm off of it. I'm off for it. All right. Companies that Berkshire and Hathaway owned. Let's just go through this really quickly. This is a teaching moment. This is a teaching moment. Let's see. Let's see if they have a detailed list of all the companies that they own. I hate Wikipedia sometimes. They showing all the companies that they're in. I'm just trying to give you a detailed list. Let's see if they got, here we go, list of assets. Here we go. Acme Brick Company. Remember Acme used to be in all the cartoons? That was an actual brick company. Ben Bridge Jeweler. They own them. Look, ownership. Look at the ownership. Look at the ownership. You guys know that. Ben Bridge. Y'all know that commercial is still in my head. But look at this. Benjamin and Moore. Materials and construction. Now, I'm not going to read all the ownership, but look at it says 50%. 90%, 100%, okay? Then some of these you want to know, some of these you're not going to know, okay? All the Berkshire and Hathaway, automotive, energy, Brooks Sports, apparel, 100%. What else? Some of these, look at this, Clayton Homes, materials and construction, Dairy Queen. I know you got 99% owner of that. I know you guys love your Durkin. Duracell batteries, 100% owned. Look at all the companies that Berkshire and Hathaway actually own. Now, I'm tempted. I am tempted to invest $1,000 in Berkshire because it's not going to go nowhere. They split their stock to a B stock, and it's still, listen, $70 I invested in. Okay, I'm off of it. I'm just going to go over the companies. Geico. Yes, they own 100% of Geico. Helsenberg Diamonds, 100%. H&H Brown Shoe, 100%. What else? McLean Company Logistics, 100%. Nebraska Furniture Mart, 80%. Berkshire and Hathaway. I know you guys didn't know this. I know you didn't. Nevada Energy, 90%. Omaha World, 100%. Pilot Flying J. Y'all know the gas station? They own 38% of them. Russell Brand, 100%. Star Furniture. Look at this. I mean, and then notable minority holdings of some companies, okay? They're everywhere. Look at the minority holdings. Amazon. They own some of Amazon. Less than 1%, of course. Jeff Bezos ain't playing that. American Express, Apple, Bank of America, JP Morgan and Chase, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, because your boy Warren Buffett loves Coca-Cola. All the Latin this and Latin that. MasterCard, Procter & Gamble, Phillips 66. Y'all went to that gas station. Red Hat, Suncor Energy, another gas station. U.S. Bank Corp, Visa, VeriSign, Verizon Communication, Wells Fargo, former. I mean, it goes on and on and on, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you guys to stay with me. I'm going to come on in about 30 minutes. I'm going to give you a stimulus update. And you know, I normally don't do stimulus updates, but when I do, there's always great information. I'm going to try to make it short, under 15 minutes. So look for me in about 30 minutes right here on Financial Literacy 101. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. You guys have a great and wonderful day. And Nolan Baptiste, yes, I know you play video games, you old sucker, you. Here we go. I'm out.